And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The show brings you the National League Wild Card Series. It's the Chicago Cubs taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And we're just about set to get this Wild Card Series underway, Singy. Game one has outsized importance in a three-game set.
Yeah, Boog, it's a huge game. There's no doubt about it. Guys are always talking about setting the tone in game one of a series. Well, in a three-game series, that might be the only tone that gets set. So this is no ordinary series opener.
First pitch coming your way next. All right, just about set to go. And today's starting pitcher, Aaron Nola.
Well, the hammer is in effect, and he sets it up so nicely because of the velocity on the fastball. Will elevate that and then break you off when he's ahead in the count. What I love about him, you get into the later innings of the ball game, and the velocity seems to go up.
All right, ready to go here. And now, number 40.
Number 40.
Out towards left center. Cave on the move to the gap. Makes the grab on the run. And there's one down. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out. A lot of lift and separate, Chris.
Well, we know guys are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you know, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with two strikes, what looks like a half swing that can get out of the ballpark with a guy who's got decent pop.
And next for the Cubs, Seiya Suzuki. Ball to strike. Good eye right there. When Nola was in college at LSU, he got a chance to play with his brother, Austin, who was the team shortstop, and as well his roommate was Alex Bregman. Right-hander kicks, deals. That one ripped. Base hit.
Everything came together for him. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive into center field. So that definitely felt good.
Runner at first with two away. Cody Bellinger digs in now. Ripped on a line. Into the dive, and he got it.
One of the most fun and exciting things you can do as an outfielder, you lay out, you make a diving catch, and you end the inning. That gets the boys fired up in the dugout.
Back here in Philadelphia, and towing the slab here, Justin Steele. Lots of punch outs, a real strikeout artist, Singy.
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
And a 1-2. Schwarber swings and hammers one to right. And it hits the top of the wall. The throw in. And he's going to get to second with nobody out.
Nice line drive to the pull side. Met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
And now it's Alec Bohm. The next offering misses. And that's ball 2.
This would be huge right here if they could get on the board and be the first ones to score in this one with the home field advantage. Get that crowd behind you and just intimidate the opposition a little bit more.
Schwarber at second with nobody out. Comebacker to the mound. To first. One gone, bottom half of the first.
Batting third.
And time now for the Phillies lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These guys have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand. Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Guys become defensive, and all of a sudden, for the hitter, that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. And it is gone. Nick Castellanos goes deep, and they grab the lead. It's 2-0.
Just a nice job. Recognizes off speed as that leg hangs in the air a little bit, but he gets it down, hits against a strong and firm front side, and that's knocking a cheesesteak out of somebody's lap.
I would be upset if somebody knocked the cheesesteak out of my lap, I'll tell you that.
I don't think that's possible. You're too quick.
And that's the inning. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. And it's 2-zip. This is the National League Wild Card Series on the show. New inning getting started, and here is Dansby Swanson. Bounce to the right side. Tosses to first. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 8, Ian Happ.
Ian Happ up to hit. Chris, when you think about Aaron Nola, he's one of the better pitchers in the National League. And you think about that curveball, really good pitch for him. He was the 7th overall pick in 2014 out of LSU. Next one misses. 2-1.
Yeah, and this is a guy that, you know, from an early age in the big leagues was kind of looked at as the ace of that ball club. A lot of weight on his shoulders, but adding Zach Wheeler was a big plus. Gave him a couple of big arms at the front of that starting rotation.
The next pitch misses, and the count is filled up. Three-two. Battling here as he fouls it away. One down, base is empty. That one is absolutely belted. Cave going back on this one. Up against the wall and brings it in.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Swings and misses. Had him out front for strike 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs, and they're down 2-0. Bottom half of inning number 2. And now it is JT Realmuto. Chris, do you know what JT stands for in JT Realmuto?
Of course, Boog. It's Jacob Tyler.
At the belt and fires. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Here's Trey Turner. Pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
On the ground, could be 2. On the second, they get 1, and that's 2.
Well, a very fast developing play right there. No margin for error. Nice double play on a fast runner up the line.
Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. Swing and a miss.
1 ball,
and the count 1-2. The pitch. Up the middle. Horner. That ends the frame. After 2, it's a 2-0 ball game. On to the 3rd inning, and now the DH, Christopher Morel. The 1-1. Swings and sends a rocket to right. And a quick out, number 1.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Yan Gomes waits. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And the righty deals. Got him swinging.
Oh, really expanded the zone right there with that fastball off the outside corner of the plate. Got him to chase it. That's a tough one to lay off of because it starts close to you and just continues to run away from you in that batter's box. So it's a really nice pitch with 2 strikes.
And it's ball 4. He missed down low.
That's a nice at bat and a great take on 3-2. Probably could have gone either way in that spot around the knees.
Here's Nico Horner. He's 0 for 1. Here's a 1-1. Popped up right side. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Cubs leave 1. They trail it here 2-0. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's Jake Cave now.
The left fielder, Jake Cave.
On the ground. Dives, but it's off his glove. Base hit. He puts it in his pocket. Safe at first without a play.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. And he hits a ground ball right side. Runner at first with no outs here. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
That was a tough slider right there. He couldn't get a piece of it just to try to keep the at-bat alive. And hitters will tell you that slider, when a guy's able to really tunnel the pitch where it looks like a fastball and then late has really good bite, so tough to lay off of because you've made the decision you don't want to get beat by a fastball, and then you swing and you miss.
And the throw to first is there to put an end to the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. On to the fourth now in game number 1. It's the Phillies 2 and the Cubs nothing. Back here, Citizens Bank Park, as we go to the top of the fourth. Now it's the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki. And the pitch. Swings and misses.
1 ball.
And the count 1-2.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Next offering is down low, and it's 2-2. And now the count filled up 3-2.
Expect for that guy to come right at you with a fastball, something in the zone, because he does not want to allow the leadoff walk.
Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
One down. Here comes Cody Bellinger. He's 0 for 1. On the ground, right side. Stott over to first in time. And Bellinger is out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Dansby Swanson stands in. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. That one back up the middle, and it gets through.
Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
So 2 down. Here's the left fielder, Ian Happ. Kicks and fires. Ripped into left center, base hit. Swanson rounds second, on his way to third. Across is the runner from first, and it's a 1-run game.
Back-to-back base hits. Just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate. Doesn't come naturally for most hitters.
Man at second here with 2 away. Now batting Jeimer Candelario. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. High drive, deep right field, way back there, out of here. That was a moonshot, and they take the lead. It's 3-2.
Well, that one won't stay below the radar. That made a lot of noise. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So up next, Christopher Morel. 0 for 1 so far. That smash towards center. Marsh squeezes it, and that is that. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. It's now a 3-2 ball game. And welcome back. Bottom 4. And now for the Phillies, Bryce Harper. Singing, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
Slings to first, one up, one down.
Number 8, Nick Castellanos.
Here's Nicholas Castellanos. He's 1 for 1 with a 2-run homer his first time up. The 1-1. Hit on the ground to Candelario. Already 2 gone here in the home 4th.
The batter, number 5, second baseman, Bryson.
This is Bryson's stop. Flied out his first time.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Gets a piece and stays alive. The 1-2. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Phillies go down quietly in the inning, and it's still a 3-2 ball game. We go to the top of the 5th, and now Yan Gomes.
Yan Gomes.
The 1-1. Bounced up the middle. Turner with the throw to first, and Gomes is retired.
The batter, number 40.
So the lineup flips over, and here is number 40. The wind of the pitch. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. In the dirt. Up with it. Fires to first. In time for the second out. Good job to clean it up after the drop third strike.
Nico Horner.
And up next for Chicago, Nico Horner. Good contact guy, good defender. Now a fly ball to right center. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Nothing happening there for the Cubs, but they still lead at 3-2. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and up to the plate is JT Realmuto. The pitch. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball.
Well, you got to give him credit out there on the mound. This outing started off a little shaky, but he's found a way to settle in and turn this into a pretty good start. Kind of shows you a lot about his mental makeup as a pitcher.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And the pitch. Out towards right center field. Suzuki on the move. And there's one away.
Now batting, shortstop.
Here's Turner now. He hit into a double play his first time up.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
Hard ground ball, base knock.
He was all over that one. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Now at the plate, Brandon Marsh. Rolled out to second in his first at bat.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base. Try to stay out of a double play here.
1 down, Phillies down a run. He goes down looking.
A big strikeout right there, and maybe a little controversial with the call. I think he got a little bit of favor on the mound, no question about it. It's not exactly what you want to see in a big spot like that, and I'm sure there's some chirping going on from the dugout, making it clear that wasn't his best call behind the plate today.
And digging in for Philadelphia, Jake Cave. Reached on it, the kick and the pitch. Runner goes. That's in for a strike, and that's a stolen base, not even close.
Well, in the postseason, I'd say we see more teams playing for 1 run, trying to apply some pressure, and that's exactly the case right here. Speed on the bases, put him in motion, and it worked out. Now time to execute in the batter's box. As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit is probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Right back to him on the mound. That ends the inning. Phillies strand 1. They're down 3-2. Welcome back. Start of the 6th. John Shambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Seiya Suzuki.
Seiya Suzuki.
You know, these Cubs doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. The starter's pitch count is high because they've worked the count full against him 5 different times. Their pitch selection's been off the charts today. Well, I'd say he pretty much had to offer at that one. You don't want to leave it in the umpire's hands. Even though it ended up outside the zone, it still was close enough to where it looked like it could drop down right on that corner and get the call. Last thing you want to do is get punched out by the umpire knowing you could have at least fouled the pitch off and kept the at-bat going.
Bellinger up to hit. Next offering is fouled back. Now all even up. Good eye right there. Left-hand batter waits. Stays alive. This ball's chopped on the ground. Turner gathers and throws to first. Bellinger is gone, 2 away. Dansby Swanson, the next Cub to hit. 1 for 2.
Swanson, former first-round pick by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Vanderbilt player in college, College World Series player, all that good stuff, but really coming into his own.
On the ground, out to short. Turner with the throw to first. And Swanson is set down. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. And the Cubs are down in order. But they're up 3-2. Back at Citizens Bank Park. Well, we go bottom 6. Here's the Phillies DH, Kyle Schwarber.
On the mound, he had a little trouble back in the first, but it's been a different story the rest of the way. Really settled into this outing nicely.
And now it's 3-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Alec Bohm on deck for the Phils. Got him. One gone here.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Now the third baseman, Alec Bohm. On the ground to the left, and that's just foul. Here's a 1-2. This one in the air, center field. Snags it for the second out.
Now batting, first baseman.
Bryce Harper to the plate.
Harper.
Certainly you'd say Bryce Harper's signature moment, Game 5 of the National League Championship Series in 2022. That opposite field home run that put the Phillies ahead and would send them to the World Series off the Padres' Robert Suarez.
2 balls, 1 strike.
This hitter's looking for a fastball, but I'm not sure he's going to get one. Pitcher doesn't have to challenge him. If he feels better about his off-speed secondary stuff, then stay with it.
Over to first, and that is that. Phillies down in order. They trail it 3-2. So they turn to the lefty in this spot, Jose Alvarado.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their guys a chance to fight back into the game.
So up now for Chicago, Ian Happ.
Really good piece of hitting last time, going to the opposite field.
3-2 now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And now the lefty swings through that one. It's a strikeout. 1 away.
You hear people talk about letting the ball travel so often in terms of a hitting approach, and that's a great example why right there. If he's willing to let that curveball get a little deeper into the zone before he commits, he's way more likely to recognize that it's making a beeline for the dirt. On the other side, still a nice 2-strike pitch, though.
Up the middle. Stott over to first in time. And 2 away to start the 7th. Next is the designated hitter, Christopher Morel. You talk about the power and the speed together.
Well, we knew he was going to be a stud just coming up, making his way through the minor leagues, and quickly at this level, an impact player.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Puts the squeeze on it, and that is that. Cubs are down quietly, and it remains a 3-2 ball game. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Julian Merriweather.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Nick Castellanos at the plate now. And it was a homer back in the first inning that got his day started at the plate.
Yeah, Boog, a 2-run blast. His fans were just still getting into their seats here at the ballpark. So if you showed up late to this one, you missed out on a big moment early on.
Check swing. Now a look down to first. And he punches him out. He went around. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. I mean, you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Here's the second baseman, Bryson Stott. And a ground ball to first, and it's off the bag. No play. That's an infield single.
Boom, that's staying within his game right there. I mean, this speedster gets the infield single, and now he's on base to possibly do some damage. I love seeing what guys like this can do to disrupt the game once they get in a position to do so. Well, with both starters out of this ball game, it now becomes a battle of the bullpens and just seeing which manager can match up better and who's able to get to the finish line. Well, now that this is a bullpen game, it's clear that whichever bullpen steps up the most is likely going to come away with the W.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Stop the base runner at first with 1 out. Right side into the outfield, base hit. Lead runner around second. The tag at third, and he's out.
Well, it's always a risk when you're pushing for third like that. A bang-bang play. Had a chance to make it. Maybe a little better slide around the tag, but a nice job by the defense to cut off that runner.
Trey Turner now. And a 1-1. Hammered. Could be extra bases. Makes the turn at second, heads for third. Heading for the plate. Swanson with a relay throw. Safe at the plate. Back even, it's 3-3.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. These days, when you see a ball come off the bat like that, I mean, the first thing you want to know as a spectator, what was the exit velocity? 109 in this case. I mean, that's just impressive, and it's so cool we can get that sort of feedback so instantly in today's game. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
And now the center fielder, Brandon Marsh. Swings and misses. And the count is 1-2. Left field. Brings it in. And that ends the inning. Phillies with the run-scoring double. We're tied now with 3 apiece. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Jeff Hoffman.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Kicks and deals. Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No doubt about it. And here in the late stages, they have the lead. Yan Gomes hits one out. And just like that, they're out front. It's 4-3.
Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
Number 40, the next Cub to hit. The 2-1. Swing and a bouncer. Harper tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
And he looked a little tentative on that swing. Almost like he didn't get pitch recognition and tried to slow his bat down just to make contact. I'd rather see a guy swing through it instead of making weak contact and put it in play. Have another pitch where maybe he can drive out of the ballpark.
Righty delivers. And a swing and a miss.
Clearly was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3. So 2 down now, and here is Seiya Suzuki, 1 for 3. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
A lot of times you'll see a pitcher maybe double up on a pitch. This guy will throw it 3 times, 4 times in a row because hitters just can't lay off of it.
Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat. Cubs get 1 on the solo shot. It's now a 4-3 ball game. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Mark Leiter Jr.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
The wind of the pitch. Swing and a ball popped up. Bellinger drifts towards it. Hauls it in, and there's 1 away.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
So the batting order turns over. Kyle Schwarber stands in for the Phillies. The tying run at the plate. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
So digging in now for Philadelphia, Alec Bohm. Out to short. Fires over to Bellinger, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. Still down a run. It's 4-3. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Matt Strong.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep them within striking distance.
Well, 1-run game, and now Cody Bellinger. This guy has turned into a beast. Here's a 1-1. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. The 1-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Dansby Swanson now at the plate. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness.
Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Caught him looking for the K.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Back here at the ballpark. So bottom of the 9th, and now the first baseman, Bryce Harper. New pitcher on now, Adbert Alzolay.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Horner over to first. Harper retired. That's a big first out right there, and that changes things.
Yeah, you can kind of see how just the hope and optimism is shrunk a little bit, but they got a couple more outs to work with. They got to find a way to get a runner on and get one around the bases.
Next offering is in for a strike. Next one is off the plate, and it's 2-2. And a pitch. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
He's 2 outs away. And now for the Phillies, Bryson Stott. Hit on the ground, might be 2. Swanson over to second. Throw to first, but he beat it.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off, and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
JT Realmuto steps in. The 1-1. Line drive, base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock. Really important at bat coming up now.
Trey Turner at the plate. Trying to deliver as the hero.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers they seem to live for. I mean, you get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it. But this is where they earn their keep.
Towards first, Bellinger steps on the bag himself. Ball game. So the Chicago Cubs take game 1 of this wild card series. A huge win for them in hostile territory.
Yeah, Boog, they've still got their work cut out for them in this series, having to play on the road. But like you said, it's a huge win to jump ahead 1-0 in a short 3-game series. Just have to win one of the next 2 games to move on to the next round.
And on the home side of this one, obviously a disappointing result both for the team and the fans. But with home field advantage throughout, this series still has a lot up in the air. So, Chris, here's a look at the final numbers from what turned out to be a really close ball game.
Yeah, this is one of those games that clearly could have gone either way, and that's kind of exactly what you expect out of postseason baseball. So competitive.
4-3 our final score. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.